Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Stogie Chaz. Tonight, we're going to be interviewing DBL Cigars Dominican Big League, and I've got two fantastic people for you, Francisco Almonte and Dione Paz. So I'm going to bring them to the stage, and bear with us just a moment. Hello, folks. How are you this evening?
Hi,
Good
Chaz. How
evening.
are
Thank
you?
you for the
I'm doing
opportunity.
great. No, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much. Unfortunately,
Anytime, my brother.
the sun is setting right here, and I don't have a shade to cover it, so uh, my lighting is a little awkward, but that's okay. All right, so Francisco, DBL Cigars. Now, from everything that I've seen about you, you started very, very young in terms of starting to roll cigars.
So just let me explain you since imagine you have only one job in your whole life. Imagine third generation in your family.
Third
Imagine
generation. Okay.
third generation, 58 members in the family that have been related to the cigar industry. Imagine coming from a small town, 95,000 people, and we got
Hmm.
over 178 cigar factories. So when I born, my dad has a small cigar factory inside the home, the house, and he got two cigar rollers. So I got two choice. I'm coming from Dominican, and the
Uh-huh.
town in the north that belongs to Santiago, the name is Tamboril, which is the
Tamboril.
capital of the cigar manufacturer in the whole world.
Right.
So I had two choice when I was young of becoming a good baseball player or follow my dad legacy. Guess
So
what?
you did better. You're making cigars.
No, guess what? I was very bad playing baseball, so I had to follow my dad legacy.
That's
Yes,
funny.
that's all about. That's how the passion and the love begins.
Yeah.
And I remember that my dad used to make what we call in Dominican perrito. It's little dog. It's like a petit corona to sell in
Right.
the countryside. You
Hmm.
know, people that work in agriculture, people that work in construction, people that do the hard work. Back in the day, that was the people that smoke cigar.
Right.
People in the city in our country hate the smell of the cigar back in the day. We're talking about uh, 30, 40, 50 years ago. People, they don't want in the city to talk about cigar because, they don't know. But
Right.
in the countryside, we got all our life making cigars for all these people that work very hard. And
Hmm.
that's how we survive as a family because my grandparents, all of them smoke cigar and work in the cigar industry, plus my dad, my uncles, all of them work in the cigar industry. I don't
Okay.
know if there is a family with more members related to the cigar industry, but at least one of our members in our family have worked in every single cigar factory in Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That says a lot.
that imagine that. So that's why I get in love with cigars. Then when I went to college to study industrial engineering, Carlito Fuente gave me the opportunity to begin working with them because my
Okay.
brother was working in the facility number one. They got at that time, 1997, five facility. And I began working with Juan Sosa. I don't know if you had heard about Sosa cigars.
Yes,
Uh,
I have.
Da Fuente made the cigar for them. And I began working with Juanito Sosa and Carlos Senior. And I learned sorting, fermentation. It was a different world because, with my family, we were focused on locally cigar. With
Hmm.
Fuente, I began learning how to make a high-end premium cigar
Right.
to work with the international market. And I
Hmm.
learned everything. I begin learning how to sort between ligero in the fillers, ligero, viso, seco, wrapper, binder, the different kind of tobacco, Habano, Corojo, Cameroon.
Right.
Maduro from Mexico, Brock Lee from Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Habano, all of those tobacco C and Vitola, I begin working with the Fuente family. And in 1 year, I become the trainer of new cigar rollers.
Really?
So yes, I
That's
begin.
impressive.
It was a boom, my brother. It was a boom where a lot of people want cigars. It was the era of Jordan, Michael Jordan, Bill Clinton, Arnold
Right.
Schwarzenegger. All of those people generate a boom, a cigar boom. Everybody was looking for a cigar to smoke it at that time,
Hmm.
and it was very tough to get cigar rollers. And we did. Fuente Carlos Senior decided to train people. And it took off a lot of time because it's not easy to teach somebody to learn how to make cigar. It was tough. It took years and years to develop
Sure.
that project, but finally we got it. And we got a lot of great cigar rollers, but it takes time.
Right. Right. That's great. Dione, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You are a cigar.
Well, now throughout the years, I've started out like pretty much it was through my heritage. I'm Honduran. My parents are from Honduras, and our family
Okay.
had tobacco fields and coffee fields. So they ended up
Wow.
selling the tobacco and they kept the coffee. Little did they know. Years ago, I mean, I saw my great grandmother be in the farms and everything else. Never did I think 20 something years ago I would get interested in, doing cigars, and just getting into it. I got to meet Francisco by one of his top salesmen. At that time, I was looking for, he had done a little article on, what I knew about cigars. And he got me introduced because of the fact that I was interested in doing cigar rolling. I was learning
Hmm.
how to do cigar rolling in New York. So I would travel from
Okay.
Jersey and I would go to New York and try to learn. Little did I know I learned nothing. Um, I got to meet Francisco at an event, and that's what I love about DBL. We dedicate more onto getting to know our customers, building relationships with our customers.
Hmm.
And it is very rare to see an owner always visit the shops, do
Right.
rolling events. And I was mesmerized by that. He was an owner. He was there. He was, associating himself with the customers, the aficionados. And just by that, it was so intriguing. So once I got to meet his father, because his father at that time would join us in rolling events and things
Right.
like that. And that's how we just started building the relationship. I was into marketing and it just worked for him and me. And he got to show me a little bit rolling, and then his brother as well. And that's how we started building a relationship. And 5 years later, we're here. You know,
Wow.
um, I'm pretty much trying to learn everything there is to know about the business. The beautiful
Hmm.
thing about Francisco is that he's so knowledgeable and he teaches me every day more and more
Right.
about business, because you really have to like learn the beginning part of it. The
Right.
agricultural is so important, the foundation as to where it starts, like
Sure.
your farms, your factories, your workers. And I love the aspect that he has, he has passion, love, and experience,
Hmm.
and it shows. He has hands on every aspect of the business.
That's
So
great.
I'm trying to do that where, I became, more officiated with the cigar rolling. Then I wanted to learn about the business itself. So I became a cigar sommelier. So it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, handmade art still,
Hmm. Right.
that we just are fortunate enough to say every cigar is unique in itself.
Hmm.
And the quality aspect of DBL is what really draws to me. That every day we learn more and more, and every day he wants to improve the business,
That's
So,
great. That's great.
mhm.
So, cigar sommelier, nice, very nice. When did you achieve that?
I achieved it about 4 years ago in New York.
That's
So I got
great.
to meet a couple of people also in the industry. And, from there, we just built a great relationship. It's a
Okay.
great foundation. It teaches you the history of where it started. It teaches you about the agriculture, the temperatures, the chemistry, all the things that Francisco talk about.
Right.
That's what I
It's
learned.
gonna come. It's gonna come in the future in a couple of years in a book that I'm
Yeah.
writing about that. But let me tell you about cigars. How the cigar begins.
Mhm.
Uh, let me explain you. When Christopher Columbus arrived to the island, he found native Indian growing tobacco across the river, and they called the cigar pachuche, which is an Indian word that means cigars. And they
Right.
used that pachuche they used to make with the tobacco leaf for ritual ceremony. They
Mhm.
used to light it up a pachuche, and that they think that that was the way to get connecting with the different lords they believe.
Right.
It's a lot of history about
Oh.
nobody knows who was the first because native in South America, for example, in Venezuela, in Cuba, in Mexico,
Yeah.
in the United States, there is proof that they have been growing tobacco from long, long time, and nobody knows who
Right.
was the first. But what I really knows about this is I don't know if there is another business that you can connect with the love,
Oh,
with the
no.
passion
Yeah.
from people that came from the countryside and they had to move out. For example, when you see the Fuente family, when you see the Néstor Pérez Carrillo family and the history, Padrón family, when you see the Rovina family, the Perez family, the Carrillo, it, all of those families, there was family that they live in the countryside, very humble people that work in
Yes.
agriculture every day. And with that, with the growing tobacco, they support all the family. And
Mhm.
it's something that you can explain. You can give a perfect definition of the love, of the passion and the experience of those people has back in the day.
Right.
And it's
Right.
something that you don't gonna get because you have a lot of money and you're a businessman and you want to invest in this business. It's something that comes from naturally,
Mhm.
organically from the countryside. And that's why I always talk about how beautiful is the people from the countryside that work in agriculture. Like when you go Dominican, and Diony has the opportunity to visit our factory many times, as soon as you arrive the country, they don't know you. They are very warm with you. They open the door of their house to you. They offer coffee, sit down. They offer food. They offer a cigar, any drink. What a beautiful. This is
It
like
is.
you going back to the past. And when you talk, oh, when I was a kid, the world was totally different. People respect each other. People love each other. And this is all about cigar, my brother. The
Yeah, it
cigar
is.
industry is beautiful. It's not a huge industry, but what I love from this business is how many great people I had met in my life in this
Right.
beautiful business. I don't
Yeah.
know if there is another business like this, but let me
No.
tell you, my brother, I love this business. And if there is another life, which I believe, I would like to continue making cigar and keep the people happy because everything in the life is about happiness. And
Right.
this make the people happy naturally without bothering nobody. And that's all about
Exactly.
cigar.
Exactly. And look, I mean, I smoke every single day. I have at least one, more than likely two, and over the weekend I probably go through a box and a half.
Wow.
But I've been involved with cigars just as a smoker, and it actually happened in the Dominican Republic. I was on a business trip a couple of times to La Romana. We went to Casa de
Tabacalera
Campo.
Garcia.
No, I didn't go to any cigar factories at that time. I was in the world of computer consulting.
Okay, okay,
So
got
in
it.
that world, I had a branch down here of a company that was based out of Michigan, and our branch would do well, so I would get invited to go with the other top performers of the company to La Romana. We stay at Casa de Campo, and it was just a wonderful time. And just my experience with my wife, who was Cuban, by the way, born in Havana.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Great.
And she likes to say that to Maria quite a bit. Uh, so, she talks about her experiences and our experiences. And while I'm playing golf um, in the Dominican Republic, I remember the caddies. We'd give them $20 a piece, which was probably a month's salary for them.
That is correct. That is correct.
So they would do anything for us. My wife wanted a certain kind of cheese. She wanted a coconut ice cream that they didn't have at the resort. The caddy went into town, got it,
Yeah.
brought it back for her. Then he took my wife and I through a trip through La Romana and showed us everything. We were there right after one of the big hurricanes. We were there before.
Wow.
We were there. We went 3 times. So the first time it was pristine. Second time was right after a hurricane. Third time, a lot of it was already rebuilt. But you see the people, and I feel bad. I mean, living in these shelters that
That's
they build
right.
there by themselves, and I saw that. I saw the same thing when I went to Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've been to Nicaragua. I've visited Drew Estate and AJ Fernandez's factory, and also Espinosa factory as well. So I've gone there, Nicaragua. I think it's 3 times already, and it's always a great experience. Especially you go to AJ's, you go out to the fields, and even in the Drew Estate, same thing. But AJ is very hands-on, like you are. He's involved in everything.
It's a nice dude, my bro. It's my man.
He truly is. Every time he sees me, he rubs my belly like I'm Buddha. And I get a big smile and I get a hug from him, and it's very nice. So my cigar entry was just as a smoker, and it just developed from there. People would always tell me, "Oh man, you got a great voice. You got a great voice. Why don't you do something on a podcast?" So I said, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." So a couple years ago, I started, and unfortunately, my real job gets in the way sometimes, and but I've been doing these episodes, and I've had Ernesto Perez on, and he was just wonderful to listen to. A personal highlight for me. I've had some other great people on as well. But Ernesto Perez is just a fantastic guy. And,
Great guy.
I enjoyed my interview
very
with him.
humble.
Yes. And I met him at a show here called The Great Smoke, done by Smoke Inn. I don't know if you heard of Smoke Inn Cigars. They're a big box franchise down here. And just talking to him, going up and talking to him, and I had that. I felt like a 3-year-old kid meeting his idol. And I met him, and he gave me his phone number, and I said, I'd love for you to be on my show. And he said, sure. It took us a few months, but we finally made it happen. And he was just absolutely gracious, phenomenal to talk to, and I enjoyed it immensely. But that's enough about me. I want to get back to you guys. I keep hitting my mic.
I can see the passion of you when you talk to me about that. You can feel. I can feel the great time that you have when you visit Nicaragua, you visit Dominican, the beautiful relationship, how many passion and love that people has for make you happy, for trying to make a beautiful experience to you and your family. This is something priceless. And I can see the love and the passion that you have for cigar business. And that's why you are a social man with your podcast and everything that you're doing in YouTube. And let me tell you, cigar is amazing.
It is.
It's a very small industry, but let me tell you, it's beautiful.
There isn't really one person that I've come across, and I tend to stay away from bad people anyway, but the people I normally come across and want to talk to are just phenomenal people, which is probably, I'm going to say, 95% of the industry. There's always 5% people who are whatever.
Yeah. It happens.
But
it happens.
It does, and it's every industry. My industry, I'm in the gasoline business. I'm a controller for a gasoline wholesaler and transporter, and I've been doing that for the last 20 years. So, but I've been in cigars longer than that, and just absolutely love them. Want to learn everything about cigars, and just talking with people like yourself, I get more and more intimate knowledge of the industry, and that's really what I enjoy. You know, the small details that you're not going to read somewhere,
Let me tell
and
you
it's
something
experiences,
about.
life experiences.
Yeah, let me tell you about what happening in the cigar industry right now. And I always say this to my people when I used to do seminars in some cigar lounge. The world has changed for good in the cigar business. And I'm gonna explain
Hmm.
you why. There is a bunch of great tobacco that back in the day with the cigar boom, it was for me the back generation quality cigar that you can smoke, that you ever can smoke at that time. We're talking
Hmm.
about 30 years ago, because it was a boom. Everybody wants to make cigar, but without the respect to do the right things.
Right.
Cigar is, I always say to the people, if you pretend to become millionaire
Hmm.
in a short time period, you are in the wrong business.
Yeah.
This business is about, my man, this
Knocking
business is
doors.
about time.
It's
It's a
It's
penny
about
time
knocking
business.
one.
doors.
Yeah.
It's a business that you have to get in love. For me, my man, this is not a job because I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
People say, oh, that you work too much. I say, I don't work too much. It's something
He
that I
works
enjoy
20 hours a day,
every
Chaz.
second of my
Exactly.
20
life.
hours a day.
And let
That
me
is
Let
his
explain
me
you.
tell you, I'm
regimen.
not surprised.
Yeah.
And let me explain you something. This generation is the best generation because the people know what to smoke. The people don't follow label. People follow great cigars
Yeah.
with great quality, and they know what they like. All right. But the good thing is, there is a bunch of great tobacco coming from different places
Hmm.
that wasn't unknown in the past, but now is coming. Like
Yeah.
Peruvian tobacco is a great tobacco.
Ecuador.
Costa Rican tobacco, outstanding. Back in the day, the tobacco from Mexico wasn't very good. The people
Hmm.
they don't enjoy. And now, when they begin a few years ago growing tobacco in another place like San Andres Tuzla, and they begin growing tobacco across the San Martin Borken, everything changed. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania
Ecuador.
back in the day, it wasn't popular tobacco.
Right.
Today, I can tell you it's one of the more popular tobacco in the whole world. It's very tasty, has a lot of body, and when you combine with some tobacco from Dominican or Nicaragua or Honduras, you can make a great blend.
Oh, absolutely.
And you don't have
Absolutely.
that in the past. When you, I'm growing tobacco with the Amish, and they growing my own tobacco, and it's
Hmm.
unbelievable when you see everything organic
Yeah.
with the flavor of that tobacco from Lancaster. It's just amazing. But
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, when you go Peruvian tobacco, for example, it's a very spicy and very smooth tobacco. It's something very different than the tobacco from Nicaragua and Honduras and Dominican, which is are the known tobacco in the whole world, and
Right.
Cuba.
Yeah.
But now it's coming other country, and I'm very happy because let me tell you, and write this down. Write this down. It's coming great tobacco from Colombia soon. Great tobacco from El Salvador soon. Great tobacco from Paraguay. But guess
Really?
what? Guess what?
Tell me.
Dominican. Dominican. Let me explain you a little bit about Dominican and what happened in Dominican. In the south, across the border between Haiti and Dominican, we
Hmm.
never grow tobacco. So we had 3 years doing experiment in the south. And let me explain you something. You want to start listening people about talking about the South tobacco in Dominican. I can tell you in advance, it's one of the sweetest tobacco I ever smoked in my whole life.
Wow.
It's coming as a wrapper because Dominican is not very popular in wrapper. Only
Hmm.
Fuente, only Davidoff, and LFD, right?
Right.
Which I
Correct.
work in two of those companies. And I
Mhm.
can tell you, it was very tough to get wrapper. But now, write that down.
Mhm.
Dominican is coming like the next Ecuador. The Ecuador for me is the best soil to grow wrapper. Sumatra, if you grow Ecuadorian Sumatra son ground, if you grow Connecticut, Corojo, Habano, everything that you grow in Ecuador is just outstanding.
Yeah.
So the South in Dominican, you know, listen a lot about that, but it's coming. You will see in the following 2, 3 years, people talking about Dominican rapper from the South is gonna be a winner. I'm
Now,
telling you right now,
what would you compare it to?
my man, it's like Pinar del Rio rapper back in the day. Just to give you a heads up, after we finish tomorrow, I'm gonna send you some pictures so you can take a look at that tobacco, my brother.
Okay.
Let me explain you what happened to me in November. In November, I'm with a gavilla. You know what is gavilla?
No.
Gavilla is like a 30 leaf of tobacco that is short.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, and what goes in the bale?
exactly.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was taking a look of that tobacco, my brother, and I said, let me devein this leaf and let me
Mhm.
make a cigar. So I take any blend from our DBR blends and I just remove the wrapper and put the wrapper. And I went to my aunt's house and
Mhm.
I lit it up that cigar. And I said, oh my goodness, what is that? This is something I never, this is very familiar. For the first cohiba that I tried back in the 90s. It's just
Wow.
amazing. It's a reddish color. The taste is so sweet. The burning is perfect. And let me tell you, that tobacco only has 1 year fermentation.
Really?
1 year. And it was very oily. It was very tasty. It's something that I get amazed with that. And that's why we are investing in that area, and a lot of people is coming to the south now, and you're gonna begin listening big company growing tobacco in the south in Dominican Republic because it's just amazing the taste that that tobacco has. So I'm very happy in conclusion that the cigar industry right now is in the best momentum because there is a bunch of great tobacco from
Mhm.
other countries that you don't used to listen in other soil, but it's changing for good. And I can tell you right now, there is a bunch of great cigar in the market that I enjoy more than ever. And I'm very
Okay.
happy. I make 800,000 cigar, but guess what? I smoke most cigar from outside my company just to see
Mhm.
how the market is going. And let me tell
Exactly.
you, there is a lot of great people making great cigar. I have a
Yeah.
lot of respect for AJ Fernandez. I have a lot of respect for Arganosa. I have a lot of respect for Inoa family. I have a
Yeah.
lot of respect for Hochi Blanco. I have a lot of respect for those people that is coming. I have a lot of respect for William Ventura. They making great tobacco and they coming more. And I'm very happy. This is good for the cigar industry,
Yeah.
and I'm very proud of what's happening right now because it's a bunch of great things coming up for the cigar business.
Yeah. Yeah. Ventura cigars, I only tried this past year, and I was really shocked how very good it was. And
Yes.
I'm smoking your Nicaraguan cigar, this one here.
Ah, you're
Um,
smoking the Nicaragua. Nice.
yeah, the DBL Nicaragua, and this has really been a very smooth,
Smooth.
it's very clean, and it's just very flavorful. It's
Why I decided to do this at the first time. Let me explain you why. And people said to me, Francisco, why do you blend something medium body with a very smooth, with a lot of flavor? I said, listen, when you release a cigar for the first time, don't go to the side, don't go to mouth, don't go too spicy and peppery. Go to
Hmm.
the middle, and you're gonna be suffer with that cigar. And that was
Yeah.
what I did with a Robusto Bospre and with a Toro. I am smoking the Nicaragua too. And let me tell you, I get in love with that blend. I really love it. And
Hmm.
now I'm working in a very strong cigar, spicy, full body, spicy like the Nicaraguan style. But I
Yeah.
prefer to use Ometepe tobacco,
Okay.
Ometepe, I
Hmm.
prefer to use some Nicaragua in this blend from Esteli tobacco,
Hmm.
and I decide to use some Jalapa, but
Okay.
more in the mild size, okay? And the people love that cigar because I
Yeah.
want to do something different. I'm developing, and I discovered something today. It's a big news, but I can't say anything about that. Something is coming from our company,
Okay.
something very peppery and spicy that is coming.
Hmm.
I always working, my brother, in new projects. I'm very glad that our company has 11 years in the business, Dominican Big League. Why that name? Because it's associated with our passion.
Oh
If
yeah.
you talk about the thing in the world, you can be in Thailandia, you can be in Singapore, you can be in the Congo in Africa. If you talk about Dominican Republic, you must talk about baseball
Uh-huh.
And
and cigar.
cigars.
And that's why I
Absolutely.
decided to make a baseball bat cigar. Something, it was a challenge to me. Let me tell you, I wasn't the first, but I can tell you 100% nobody had make a real baseball bat like we did, and nobody had put in production, and we did it.
Yeah. The
And
only one. I'm sorry. Please continue.
it's something special to our that goes related to our name, and I decide to put that because I'm not talking about baseball. I'm just talking that we are big on cigar and baseball.
Yeah. The only one I've seen with odd shapes is La Ferrona out of Tampa.
Hmm.
Are you familiar with that company at all?
Yeah, I
That
have heard about La Corona. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, La Ferrona. She makes some pretty good cigars, and she makes some unique cigars. The baseball bat, I definitely want to try. That one I really
Really?
want to try.
My brother,
I
I
me, I'm
promise
a
to
I'm a
you,
big baseball fan.
my man, if
We'll
we
send
if,
you
you,
one.
if we talk about baseball and cigar together, probably we need a couple months together every
Oh,
day.
absolutely,
Hey, I
absolutely.
love cigars. I love baseball. But let
Yeah,
me tell
I
you,
could talk about baseball for days and days.
nice. I'm gonna be sending you, Dionis. You supply the information. I'm gonna send you a box of pie cigars, pipe, and I would like that you share picture with us
Oh,
about the pie
absolutely.
cigar. The pie cigar is a super master blender related to our family, and he's a painter. And every single design on the pipe cigars is unique.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
unique. All right. And people love that. And the baseball bat. So I'm gonna be sending that to you. And I'm gonna send you something that is very peppery and spicy. I suggest to eat before. It doesn't have
Okay.
any label, it doesn't have anything. It's something new. It's coming, and I'm gonna release at the end of the year. But you're gonna be surprised with that, my brother.
Yeah.
I love challenge. I love to create, and I'm always thinking about what to release in the market. And you're gonna be one of the first to try that cigar.
Listen, I love all types of cigars. Um, Spicy, peppery. I mean, that's right up my alley. I'm a very big fan of Espinosa cigars, who are known for spicy cigars.
One of my
Um,
favorite too.
yeah, I mean,
My
Eric is
brother Eric,
Yeah.
he's a
we,
phenomenal guy.
we,
I just became a Hall of Famer back
my
in
man,
November with Eric.
we work together, Eric and me. Do you
Uh
know
huh.
that?
No, I didn't know that.
All right. So when I was the production manager in LFD, Eric worked from LFD at that time too, at the beginning of 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a beautiful relationship. We talk, not every day, but at least once a month. And I
Hmm.
have a lot of respect for me. He got a lot of respect
Yeah.
for me and my family. And He's a nice dude. I love Eric.
He is. He absolutely is. And
A very funny boy.
oh my God, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's about. That's why I said I don't know if there is another business, but when you go to a cigar lounge, and let me tell you, I'm probably one of the person that do more cigar event in the industry,
He
and
travels the country.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
very well the consumer.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when I sit down on a table and I begin talking about cigars,
Mhm.
from the seed, the tobacco seed, from the greenhouse, tobacco field, tobacco burn, fermentation, production, resting the cigar in the aging room, and then ship it out the cigar, and how to keep the cigar safely
Right.
in your humidor is something that the people appreciate. That is
Oh,
something that they get
absolutely.
educated. And let me tell you something, they take that very seriously, and they really appreciate that. And I don't
Hmm.
know if there is another business like this, but the people that I had met in lounges, they are great people. They are really, really nice people. And do you know why I love to go to lounges? It because no matter, you can be the CEO of a big company, and I can be the guy that clean the street every day. As soon as you go to a cigar lounge, you are in the same level, my man.
Absolutely.
And that's why when
Absolutely.
I go to a cigar
Camaraderie.
lounge,
It's a big camaraderie.
when I go to a
Absolutely, it is.
when I go to a cigar lounge, I don't use label. I don't need to promote anything.
Right.
I'm in the same way as everybody, and that's why I don't use to smoke with label when I'm with people.
Right.
Why? Because this is part of the equality. All
Yes.
right, nobody is over. All
Hmm.
right, and that's why I love for cigar lounge, and I enjoy when people focus and listen,
Yeah.
and they appreciate that. I
Yeah.
would like one day you try our fresh roll cigar, rolled by me, and you're
Oh.
gonna be ready for a treat, my brother.
I actually want Chaz for you to join us at one of our tours. Francisco's a bit too humble, but you must visit one of our tours. The great experience about our tours is that, from the minute you're picked up at the airport till the end, you will learn so much
Hmm.
that the experience alone, he gives you an experience from beginning to end, shows his farms, the factory, the rollers. You get to meet the rollers. There's certain rollers that just do the pipe or the bat, or our number one seller, Amarillo Belicoso. So you
That was
get to
good.
meet this wonderful people, and you get to have that camaraderie and that experience, and you get to see Francisco being loved by his workers, which is something so important in this industry, because that's where the quality comes out.
Let me tell you
That's where the
about.
passion and the experience is
Yeah,
truly.
it's good to mention. Thank you for reminding me that, Diony, and this is really important. I take my employee very seriously,
Absolutely.
and I don't have an employee. I have family, but
Right.
I don't promote that. But let me tell you something. As soon as you go to the factory, that you see the happy faces of the people, you can immediately think they are happy people, they are happy in the factory. When
Yeah.
you see people that they don't feel comfortable where they work, they're not happy people. You
I know.
better keep happy people. For me, the more important is the employee. And
Hmm.
that's why our employees, we sponsor, okay?
Yeah.
The college for every single employee that decide to go college, and we sponsor the employees' keys when they go to college. We cover that too.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I've heard that from anyone else.
Yeah, he's very humbling in that aspect. For our, I'll give you another experience. We just finished celebrating our 10th year of anniversary of DPL. And with that, we did a nice, beautiful gala. But
Hmm.
part of the guests, our main guests, were the employees.
Wow,
All of the staff was invited. Every single staff member was invited
that's
to
great.
that gala. And that's not something you see very often. You see these high, priced galas, and the essence, the heart of this cigar is the employee. And Francisco invited every single one of them.
Yeah.
And to me, that's very touching. And at the same time, we managed to do a tour along with that, celebration. So we got to have cigar lounge owners, we got to have cigar aficionados, and they all had a huge event, and they get to meet the staff, they get to have fun. It was just such a great experience, just to be humbling, and just enjoy the whole aspect of the cigar industry. And that's really what it is.
And not just the cigar industry. We are bringing our people when we do the tour an experience,
Right.
our
Hmm.
culture, our food,
Yeah.
our music, what we like. So it's not the same when you go to a resort and you did it right. When you went, to La Romana, that you were outside the resort
Right.
and you have the greatest experience that you can have. And that's
Hmm.
what I'm showing our people. Listen, this is our country. This is
Right.
what we do. This is the way that we are, and that's different. But
Yeah.
talking a little bit more about our employees, we're gonna be soon doing the grand opening of our own cigar lounge inside the cigar factory 24/7. And this is
Really?
to
Yeah.
celebrate along with employees and the family of the DBR family that come to the country, and they're going to have a spot to relax and enjoy a cigar.
That's
And it's
very
a
unique.
24-hour open lounge for
Wow.
DBL
Yep.
family.
That's
Also,
very good.
something part of my plan, hopefully next year I'm going to do that, is to make a daycare to take care of the employees' kid. When they go to school, they can come to the daycare, and
Hmm.
a teacher and a psychology can work with them, help them with the school, help them with education, and help them feeding them and get relaxing with some playground that they can enjoy. This is
Right.
part of my of the thing that I want to do, and it's gonna happen shortly.
That's fantastic. That
Yep.
really is fantastic, and
Yep.
that's pretty much unheard of. Um, I know like AJ does a lot of stuff for his employees, but I don't know to what extent. But that's quite a bit. That really is quite a bit. That's investing in your company, is what it is.
Absolutely.
That's 100% investment in your company. You're getting loyalty out of it. You're getting happy employees out of it. You're getting employees that just show up to work. You know, uh, my friends and I, we have a thing. When we get a bad cigar, we go, "This was probably made on a Monday, or it was made on a Friday."
Yeah,
Monday because they're still hungover from the
yeah,
weekend,
you're
or
right. You're
Friday
right.
they just wanted to get out and they weren't
Yeah,
really worrying about quality all that much.
exactly.
That's it.
But let me tell you, this cigar is really really good.
Thank you.
The now, how do you pronounce it? Is it Amarillo or Amarillo?
Amarillo is just a Spanish word,
Yeah.
Correct.
and
So it is
that means
Amarillo.
yellow. That means
Amarillo.
yellow.
Amarillo belicoso.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
god,
and
Amarillo.
that was such a good cigar. I really
and
enjoyed
let
that.
me
Really?
Yeah.
That's
let me
our number
explain you
one.
something. When I was working in the past with other company, I never blend Connecticut cigar because I didn't enjoy at that time. And part of my challenge is to develop a great Connecticut shade ground cigars with a bunch of flavor.
Hmm.
And I got it. And I released that cigar in 2015. And guess what? That cigar line became the number one line in
Yeah.
our cigars. We got a Robusto, a Toro, and Chorchi, and then we released the Fancy Belicoso, which is our number one cigar because of the transition of that cigar. I believe in challenge. I believe in doing something different for the industry because let me tell you, there is a bunch of cigar companies. They have created a lot of cigar. I respect that. I respect. I respect all the sacrifice that they put onto that project, into that product, and I don't play that game.
Yeah.
I don't copy. I don't do any shape that some people have created. I prefer to create something new that the people enjoy. That's why I release the fancy. The fancy first. It's very difficult to find a cigar torpedo belicoso boss press with Connecticut wrapper. Very difficult to find the market.
Yes.
Second, it's very tough to put some, it's not a barber pour. That's why I put the name fancy, because it's a fancy. I just put some Maduro accent to work with the flavor and the transition of the cigar. And let me tell you, it was a perfect combination. And I can tell you, this is one of the best Connecticut cigar in the cigar industry.
Yeah.
And
I,
let's not leave out over the fact that the roller is a woman.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a very distinguished roller who does the fancy belicoso. So
yeah.
when you come to the tour, you get to meet that
Mhm.
person. That's why it's sold out. That's why it's certain quantities, because it's that much of a great quality. It's
Yeah.
not just every roller doing it, in production.
Yeah.
One of our philosophy about cigar is to that instead of paying or putting money in marketing, I prefer to focus on the soil, on the tobacco field. I prefer to develop a lot of different kind of tobacco, and that's my philosophy. I love to work with the beginning of the process because if you do a right job into the field and then in the fermentation and production, you have a lot of probability that you can make a winner product in the market.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's what I
absolutely.
believe. And we are an organic company making 800,000 cigars easily. We are in 18 countries already. We are in Congo, Kenya, Nairobi. We are in
Germany.
Germany,
Okay.
Norway. We are in San Martin. We are in Puerto Rico, Lebanon. We are in Qatar, in West India, in Nairobi. We are in Bulgaria, and now is coming the 27 of the Union of Europe Union.
Hmm.
We're coming with the 27 because we already have a warehouse in Germany and
Okay.
we already have all the processes done with the track and trace. So we putting in every single country of the union, we doing the track and trace, and we almost done. So
Okay.
this is really nice because it's coming with that. And if you don't have the track and trace, you are not allowed to work with the Europe market.
And
Yeah.
we're
And
not part of
Absolutely different
Interbach.
market.
Interbach time
Okay.
too.
That's
yeah,
that's the
You
big
know,
convention they have every year.
yeah,
absolutely
they are
one
that
of
they
the
got
big.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the biggest conversion ever. Is the biggest one, and it's used to make in Dortmund, Germany, and it's a great
Right.
opportunity because it's more a trade show for internationally business. You get
Yes.
brokers from everywhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we are in Asia already, in Thailandia. We are already in Macau.
Hmm.
It's coming a big project for duty free in the Asian market. Is coming big. But once again, I promise this to my family, and part of my vision is keep a small business, small
Yeah.
production that you can control. You're gonna keep the consistency and the quality of any product you make.
Right.
And I don't gonna be big. I'm gonna keep beautiful production. 1 million,
Hmm.
1.2. That's it. No more than that. And that's
Right.
beautiful. Because when you get a big production, it's very tough to keep consistency. you know, and
Yeah.
I'm a happy person. I have a happy life with a happy wife, with a beautiful daughters, beautiful brothers and sister, and I enjoy my life, and I want to keep my life simple. But I
Hmm.
enjoy every single cigar that I make for my people, and I
Right.
have a very exclusive cigar market that believe in our brand, that believe in us, and they are really happy with the job that we have been developing in the last 11 years with our company.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for my sister-in-law, I may never have tried your cigars. So thank God
That's it.
she was down here
Yep.
for my son's wedding, and that's how
My
you and I
best
got hooked
friend,
up.
my loving sister,
That's nice.
Maria, is the one that introduced us. And, the world
Exactly.
is so small. And so
Let
I
me let me
definitely,
tell you,
It is.
we are family. I met Dionysus. Dionysus playing before with my wife. She have a beautiful relationship, and my daughters.
we work together, all together.
My brother and I have Rick Evers, somebody that I love him. George Manzella.
They're
I
top
got Felix.
six.
I got Cowd. I got Mick Grant is a great supporters of us.
Oh,
I
Mick
have
Grant.
John
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott.
Okay.
And let me tell you, we have a beautiful small group of people working together. That my brother is something that I appreciated,
We love what we do.
and
We
Yeah.
love what we
we
do.
are a real team that
Yeah.
respect and love each other. And once again, I want to keep this because it's something that give me more energy every day to work because I love challenge. I don't want routine. That's why I love this job. I'm here talking with you. Later, I'm gonna be sitting with a couple friend of mine that is waiting for me, and then I'm gonna call my daughters, see my wife. My wife is working with the cigars in her home, in our home, and I'm
Right.
working here. We got my partner in Dominican, Kevin. We got Rafael Barrera. We got a beautiful people that we
That's
get in
great.
touch every day, my brother. Every day. How are you? How is the family? How's
Right.
everything? It's not just about the business. It's about everything in the life. It's about
Unity.
your.
So, yeah.
It's about the relative, everything that involved in the whole environment between family, relationship, and business. We put it together, and we are a family. It's not. It's not something that no. I know every single name of every employee that work with us. And let
Me
me
too.
tell you, we got over 200 employees.
Right.
And something that I haven't tell you, in the field side, we got a bunch of people that come from Haiti to work with us. And those are people that I have a lot of things to do with them. We have support them, but I
Hmm.
want to increase the commitment with them because let me tell you, they are very, very poor people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's difficult when you have to run away from your country because you don't have food, because you don't have medicine, and
Yeah.
it's a challenge that I have to make a better life for them, and this is part of the priority that I have with my life, to help them more and more because they are great people, and at the end of the day, they are our brothers and
Yes.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great project that he does. And we want to also thank the cigar lounges because they're very big supporters of giving much donations to the farms. Every time we do a tour, we bring, all these boxes and all kinds of, donations that are given by a lot of our supporters, by Francisco, by our families. And it's just beautiful to see that humanity is still there.
Right.
It's not lost. And it's something that he inspires in all of us, and we're just so thankful for that. It just keeps you humble. It really, truly does. And I think that's the best part of our tour is visiting the farms and you getting to see, all this beautiful, crops and the people and how hard they work. And, now you get to, even more enjoy your cigar because it
Right.
starts from there. And the hand craftsmanship, you'll never lose that. I mean, it's the best industry to work for. Every single cigar is unique. Every single.
That's rolling is something on my bucket list. I
Okay.
want to be able. I want to be able to roll a cigar.
Then
I
when you
really
do our
do.
tours, we'll
My
do
brother,
that.
you better go with us to Dominican and you will see.
Yeah.
Because I did it at Drew Estate. I did not do a very good job of it. I butchered it, and I want another chance. I really do. I want to truly learn the craft.
My brother, you're going to learn more when you go with us, and we're going to spend time with you so you
Yeah.
can learn something.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, when
That's
is the
what Nick
best time?
Grant does every time he goes to our factory. He just
So we
loves the
usually
rollers.
go on March, but because the PCA has changed the date, we're gonna do it on November 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 8 to
Okay.
11 November. It's only gonna be 35 people. And we're gonna be celebrating the grand opening of the cigar bar and lounge. And you more than welcome, my brother.
I got to get with Boston Jimmy and see if we can make a trip over there.
Where I already invite him, and I'm gonna send all the information to the tour. And I hope you can go. You can go because Boston Jimmy had been twice,
Mhm.
and now that he retired, he's gonna be more frequent in our tobacco field and our cigar factory.
I would hope so. I would
Just
hope so.
get
Okay.
ready because it's an adventure. Okay.
I'm telling
It's
you,
an adventure.
he's one of the guys. I really don't get to talk to him very much. Only in passing when I see him here and there. But I respect what he does. I like his style. I like his knowledge, and he's a good guy. I mean, that's my impression, not knowing him like a true friend, but knowing him and things I've heard about him. I've never heard one bad thing about him at all.
No, Jimmy's our
And
guy. He's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
Francisco's brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think you may have another one coming.
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Uh,
You're more than welcome, my brother. So,
I'm telling you, I'm really, really digging this stick.
my man, you are part of the family already. So, I would like to say to the people, uh, be happy,
Yeah.
uh, enjoy every second, every moment of the life.
Hmm.
Life is too short, and time is running like crazy today.
Yeah.
And we need to relax, calm down, and
Be
enjoy what's in
kind. Be
life.
kind.
Yeah.
Be kind to one
It's a
another.
Uh,
simple thing, isn't it? It really is very
Be
simple.
kind.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Relax. If you like cigar, relax. Get your time for a great cigar with your favorite drink and enjoy the moment. Once again, life is running, I think, more faster than ever. And there is a
as we
lot
get
of
older,
things,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
a lot of things going on into our life. We have to make sure to enjoy, to relax, and have great moments, great memories. Because at the end of the day, this is all about
That's
family,
all we have. That's all we have.
good friends, and enjoy what you like to do. And finally, I can say I'm very proud. I'm very proud to have a beautiful family. I'm very proud to be in this cigar industry, and I'm very proud to born in a small town that you don't have a lot of choice, but at the end of the day, you get in love with something that you are part of a beautiful business that
Yeah.
have give a lot of opportunity to our family since my grandparents, my fathers, my uncles, my aunts, and now my brothers. It's amazing. I have Anthony that is in Red Bank. He got a cigar shop in the shore in New Jersey. Whenever
Okay.
you want to come by, we are more of the time Monday, Tuesday, Monday to Wednesday around here.
Hmm.
And it's something very nice to be with your brother and spend time together with the family. And I love this. I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends I had met a lot of great people. I enjoy what I love. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
just figured out when I got 70, if 75 years, going to the, with a cane to the factory, sit down and talk with the people. And listen, it's priceless. I can imagine that. And let me tell you, in this business, nobody retire. Just take
No,
a look at all the cigar manufacturers that they have sold the brand, they always come back. In this
absolutely.
business, is no retirement, my brother. No
Listen,
retirement.
Matt Booth was a perfect example of that.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly so.
he sold out, and I understood why he got out the first time. Then he came back, and I saw a picture of him getting his hair cut in Esteli, and I texted him. I said, "You're coming back, aren't you?" And he said, that's Matt." And then that was probably one of the most fun interviews I have. If you know
let me
Matt Booth, he's
you
a
know a
crazy
lot of people.
character, but he's
Yeah, a lot
great.
of people in this business they start the business, but no, the freedom, the
Yeah,
liberty, the love is something that is in your heart.
yeah,
It's inside your body, and you never gonna retire for something that you enjoy
no,
and you love. And I'm very happy to belong to this beautiful business because everywhere I try to go, I can feel the happiness of the people as soon they have a great conversation with you and you begin talking about
yeah.
tobacco, and people enjoy that. People really like that.
Another great friend of mine, Jonas Santana, Blackbird Cigars.
Oh yeah, Jonas is
Oh,
my
okay,
man.
Jonas,
Jonas. That's
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 John
that's
Tard,
Francisco's
another
John
brother.
guy.
John Tard, the rapper.
Jonas is a really nice guy. And let me tell you, Jonas, we have a beautiful relationship. And Jonas is doing a great job. And he made great cigars. He's a
Yeah,
very powerful man, a very happy with a lot of energy guy. And I love Jonas.
yeah.
He's a
So
really
do
nice
I.
guy.
Yeah.
He's actually not far from where I work. And
Oh,
Oh,
that's nice.
yeah,
That's nice.
he's in Hialeah Gardens. So is Espinoza. They're literally 2 miles from where I work. So
Wow.
it's just having time. I mean, Eric's always on the road. Jonas is always on the road doing shows at events, and just getting time to spend with them. And when you
I'm
do,
gonna give you a tip for cigar. This is happening for cigar manufacturing.
hmm
Forget about after Wednesday during the week. Most of the cigar manufacturing is visiting, is doing event,
yeah,
is coming back to the cigar factory. The best day is between Monday and Tuesday.
yeah,
That's the tip. Most
that's
of the
true.
time they are in the office working, and maybe you can catch them at
I
those
got I
days.
got to try and catch him. We keep texting each other. We got to get together. We got to get together. We just got to make it happen. And we work so close to each other. It's crazy. In fact, on my
I
way to work,
always
I
say,
pass Espinoza's warehouse every day, but I don't get much of a chance to stop by. And that's for me.
my
I
brother,
hate
the time, listen, the time can control your life. You have to control the time and
You're
your life.
exactly right. And lately, that's what I've been doing is letting time control me, um, because of the other things I have going on, my other career. Um, but yeah, I definitely have to make the time and
Yep.
make things happen. And Francisco, I'm really looking forward. We lost Dione there. Let me see here. When she comes back, I'll put her back on. But I've really enjoyed the time you've spent. I know you don't have much time left, so I want to wrap it up.
Okay, so
Um,
Dionis is here again because his phone is
the
dying.
phones gave up on
But
him.
let me tell
yeah.
you something before we finish. I want to say thank you so much for the
Oh
opportunity.
no, the pleasure's all
Um,
mine.
Anything you need from us, we always available to talk and relax. This wasn't an interview. This was a conversation, to relax and enjoy, to talk
But
about the
that's
life and about what we love.
but that's how I feel this thing should go. So that's how I handle my podcast. I don't want to sit there and just ask you 50 million questions. I want to have a conversation with you, and
I really enjoyed
that's
this
my style.
conversation. And let me tell you something. I like this organic way to do some any interview. This was nice. It was relaxing. It was organically. I feel very open, and I like that way. Congratulations for what you're doing. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
keep in touch. We're gonna have a
Absolutely.
beautiful relationship. Thank you for the opportunity. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
very
you.
proud to have a beautiful conversation with you and all your subscribers in your channel. And I hope to see you soon to smoke a great cigar. And if you are in Dominican, I promise to you, you're gonna be sitting down in a cigar rolling table, and we're gonna help you to make a great cigar.
I'll send you the info for a tour.
Okay, I definitely appreciate that. Everyone, that concludes this episode of Inside the Wrapper. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And definitely go out there, support DBL Cigars, find them, definitely. And like I always say, buy it, light it, and smoke it. And remember, inside every wrapper, a story waits to be told. Have a great night.